you're engaged. Congratulations. Now you just need to plan a wedding. Everyone will tell you you need to create a wedding budget. But where do you start? Hi, my name is Pixie and I am a wedding planner. And here are some tips on creating your very own wedding budget. Number one, you need to know when you're getting married. You don't need an exact date, but you need to have a general idea of when you want to get married. For example, if you want to get married in September of 2026, that will give you an idea of how many months you have to save for your wedding budget. Step two, find out if your family is able to help you out with your wedding budget. Some people are fortunate enough to have parents or grandparents who have earmarked an amount of money for their children or grandchildren's wedding. And if you are that lucky, have a conversation with them, ask them how much they are willing to give you for the wedding, as well as when. And that could be a tricky situation. So if you want a video on how to have that conversation, please let me know in the comments below and I'll create a video on that as well. Step three, look at your monthly income and expenses and see how much you can realistically save in a month. So if you are a regular saver, good on you. You're probably already doing this, but it's always a good plan to reevaluate your expenses and really see if there are ways you can save. You'd be surprised at how much we spend on little things and how much it adds up to be in a month. For example, look at your Amazon spend in the last year, or Shein or Temu or whichever app you use, and see if you really needed all of the things. Can you cut down on it in the next few months as you plan for your wedding? Or if you are a coffee drinker and you go to Starbucks a few days a week, see if you can cut it down by a day. Or if you're eating out a few nights on weekdays, I know we all have busy lives and we often want to eat out. Maybe see if there are alternatives. Maybe you can find a cheaper place to eat, or maybe you can meal plan for a few days. I'm not saying cut out everything because you don't want to put your life on hold to get married, but you also want to evaluate if there are places where you can save. And that's a great tip for not just your wedding planning, but any large purchase in your life, whether it's a car, whether it's buying a house. How do you save money? You kind of have to evaluate. As you've probably heard, a penny saved is a penny earned. So definitely look at your expenses and see if you can save in specific spots. Step four, are there items in your house that you don't need that you can sell? For example, maybe you bought a bike hoping to ride to work every day, and then you did it twice in your life and you haven't ridden to work since, and the bike has been sitting in your garage for 2 years, or in my case, for 4 years. Or maybe you bought a guitar hoping to take guitar lessons and join a band, and you haven't been doing much of that. Do you really need that? Is that still your passion? Or can you sell the guitar and the bike, or maybe a piece of furniture that you don't need anymore, and put that amount to your wedding budget? And that's not just for weddings. In general, if there are items around your house, it's always a good strategy to clear your house. Like, look at something, does it spark joy, as Marie Kondo would say? And if you don't need it, then maybe sell it and put that amount to either your wedding or other larger future purchases. Step five, now that you know how many months you have before your planned wedding and how much you can save on a monthly basis, you can multiply the two and get an idea of how much you can realistically save by your wedding day. Secondly, add any contributions that your family can make to your wedding budget, as well as any items that you can sell, and put that into your wedding budget, and voila, you have a wedding budget. Now you can use that to start searching for wedding vendors and start to plan your wedding. Another tip I would add is there are multiple free wedding planning apps or websites that you can use as you go along this journey. The one I use the most is WeddingWire. They have a website as well as an app, and it was pretty easy to use. And what I would do is, as I'm researching vendors and getting quotes from them, I would plug them into Wedding Wire's budgeting system, and that would give me an idea of where I land with my budget and see if I'm tracking on my goal for the budget. So that's a really helpful tip. You don't have to use Wedding Wire. There are multiple free apps, but find the one that is useful for you, and you can always keep it on your phone, and as you go along you can keep adding or editing things on it. It was really helpful for me while I was planning my wedding. Now that you have an idea of your wedding budget and you're going to start looking for vendors, my next video is going to be how to find budget-friendly wedding vendors. So stay tuned for that. If you liked this list, if you found this video helpful, I would really appreciate if you give it a like and if you subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for my next video.